Welcome to the Explainer. So, have you ever caught yourself completely zoned out just staring at a seemingly endless, chaotic loop of toddler nursery rhymes? You know the ones. Animated buses beeping, monkeys jumping around, bright, colorful shapes flying across the screen. It feels like pure, mindless distraction, right? Well, today we're going to look right past those bright colors and catchy tunes because we're revealing the highly structured, genuinely sophisticated educational matrix hiding right underneath. We are deconstructing the hidden pedagogy of the incredibly popular toddler media universe, specifically diving into the content produced by Bebefinn. Believe it or not, what looks like just a playlist of silly songs is actually a rigorously designed curriculum for a child's rapidly expanding brain. To really understand how this content builds up a toddler's worldview from scratch, we're going to navigate through 5 distinct pillars today: early cognitive building blocks, exploring the natural world, social and emotional skills, crucial safety rules, and finally, the concept of opposites. All right, let's jump right into part 1, early cognitive building blocks.
Before a kid can even begin to grasp complex social dynamics, they literally need a foundation of reality. The source material establishes these basic elements through some pretty relentless reinforcement, and the absolute anchor of their numeracy, the number 10. It's not just basic rote counting either. It's counting forward in sequences, like building up from 1 to 10 in 10 little buses. And then it does something really clever. It teaches subtraction and counting backward with that classic 10 in a bed routine. Where one by one, the characters roll over and fall out until there's only one left? It basically provides this structural framework for volume and sequence that a toddler's brain can easily digest.
Plus, think about it. You can't just hand a toddler a flashcard of a triangle and expect them to care. The show takes these abstract geometric shapes and immediately grounds them in an everyday domestic environment. So, circles are taught by pointing out toy rings or a backyard trampoline. Triangles, well, those become a cut sandwich. Squares are suddenly pizza boxes and crackers. It takes the mathematical and makes it immediately, tangibly applicable to a 2-year-old's literal daily life.
Moving right along to Section 2, Exploring the Natural World.
Okay, so once the foundational concepts of the inside of the home are locked in, the curriculum smoothly transitions us outside. The rhyme systematically introduces concepts of nature by pairing specific weather conditions with corresponding states or activities. It's not just saying, hey, this is rain. It's an entire environmental awareness lesson. When it's sunny, the associated activity is going out to play in the yard. When it's rainy, windy, or snowy, the child is taught to identify those exact physical conditions happening right outside their window. It's basically cause and effect on a meteorological scale, crafted perfectly for a toddler to comprehend. And then, this natural exploration builds straight into biological science through what the source playfully calls the animal guessing game. The show presents clues based entirely on physical and auditory traits, like sharp teeth and a loud, brave cry. The child is prompted to figure out that it's the lion, the king of the animals. Floppy ears, dark gray skin, and sharp ivory tusks. Elephant for sure. This isn't just about memorizing flashcards of animal names, it's a literal early exercise in deductive reasoning. It encourages the kid to piece together disparate facts to form a logical conclusion. Pretty smart, right?
Which brings us to our third pillar, social and emotional skills.
Now, as we all know, toddlerhood isn't just about learning facts. It is a wildly turbulent time for internal development. Here, the source material does a complete 180, shifting focus from concrete realities to the incredibly complex realm of emotional regulation. The absolute crucial point here is this literal, actionable, step-by-step guide they provide to toddlers for managing anger. When a child feels mad, the song doesn't just lazily tell them to calm down. No, it gives them a toolkit. Step 1, breathe in deep. Step 2, count to 3. Step 3, let it out. And the overarching message, sung with total sincerity, is that you might feel many feelings, and they are all okay. It is a profound level of emotional validation mixed with highly practical coping mechanisms.
And this actually extends right into interpersonal dynamics too, specifically sibling conflict. The source features this incredibly bubbly, catchy sorry song. But honestly, when you break down the lyrics, it contains a highly sophisticated framework for conflict resolution. It teaches children to first actually acknowledge the fight or mistake, then to recognize that both parties are upset. It literally advises letting time tick by to allow the anger to melt, which is a huge lesson in patience. Then, and only then, comes the magic word, sorry, culminating in hugs and making up. It's a complete, healthy roadmap for empathy and relationship repair.
Shifting gears now to Section 4, Crucial Safety Rules.
So having successfully navigated the emotional landscape, the curriculum pivots to high stakes, practical life lessons. We're talking physical safety in the real world. And these aren't framed as just casual suggestions. The safety song for riding a bus frames these as non-negotiable promises a child needs to keep. Stay back in a safe place, fasten your seatbelt, do not move until the bus stops, keep hands and heads inside. It's a very direct, highly instructional sequence designed to drill life-saving habits into a child's mind through the power of rhythm and repetition.
But of course, the safety lessons don't stop at public transport. The curriculum pivots directly into home security, using an interactive role-play scenario. And it always starts with that classic, familiar setup. Knock, knock. Who's there? This interactive role-play is essentially a masterclass in testing and reinforcing boundaries. A voice at the door will say, "Please open the door. I'm not a stranger. We want to see you." The child character then actually has to visually and audibly verify the identity of the person outside. Is it mom? Is it the sister? The brother? If yes, great. But if not, the song hammers home the ultimate golden rule: never open the door for strangers. It simulates a real-world threat in a totally safe, musical environment, giving the child a vital mental rehearsal for a very serious situation.
And finally, we arrive at Section 5, Concept of Opposites.
To wrap up our categorical breakdown, we have to look at comparative analytics, basically how children learn to evaluate relative properties. The source material visually and narratively bounces between concepts at lightning speed here. It'll directly compare a long train to a short block, or a pair of long pants to short pants. It even uses the human body as a metric, comparing a mom's long legs to a child's short legs. It completely forces the toddler's brain to constantly toggle back and forth, establishing this big idea that things aren't just defined by what they are, but by how they relate to other things around them.
And we see the exact same comparative analysis happening with size. The source points out very specific contrasts: a mom's big hands versus a child's small hands, a large elephant right next to a small bunny, or big melons versus small strawberries. By constantly juxtaposing these extremes, the whole concept of relative scale gets firmly implanted in the child's mind. Zooming out, when we look at all these concepts holistically, we really start to see the hidden brilliance of this early childhood curriculum. It is this incredibly seamless blend of hard, concrete facts, like shapes, colors, and numbers, woven perfectly together with vital physical safety rules and deeply profound emotional validation. To be able to look a child in the eye and tell them, "You might feel many feelings, they are all okay," while simultaneously teaching them how to safely ride a bus and identify geometric shapes? Honestly, it is an incredible feat of multimedia pedagogy. So the next time you find yourself stuck in a room while animated buses and dancing shapes parade across the screen for the 100th time, take a closer listen. It's not just noise, guys, it's practically a masterclass in early human development. What hidden lessons are you going to listen for next? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, keep analyzing, and I'll catch you on the next one.